Okay, so Albert Boris made a video about her biggest concerns for Mario Kart 9 slash X slash 10 slash whatever you want to call it, and also the Switch 2 itself. And I am a copycatter, so that's what this video is. And so I'm not even going to do the Switch 2, I'm just going to do Mario Kart because it's been done to death already. The problems with the Switch 2, it's not innovative enough. It's just a Switch 2, and it's like, I mean, it's called the Switch 2. It kind of is just a Switch 2. I don't know what you expected from the name Switch 2. I guess it's like a double-edged sword because people are like, Nintendo fans are like, I just want a more powerful Switch. And Nintendo made a more powerful Switch. But then the casual consumers are like, what is this? This isn't innovative. Nintendo has not innovated with this console, and therefore I'm not going to buy it. So I think this is inadvertently becoming a Wii U situation again, where it appeals to the hardcore Nintendo fans, but not as much the casual consumer, and that's a problem. I also found out in proof, listening and watching to the video, that the audio does come out. Actually, it doesn't come out on my screen, but it comes out in the actual recording, and that was very fun to hear the 0.25 speed audio, and also hear that, like, it's so loud. So I'm gonna turn the volume down like I just did, and hopefully that fixes the issue a little bit, because it was, like, insanely loud. It was bad. It was sorry about that. But yeah, the Switch 2, it's been done to death already. Which one are we picking? And either way, you're gonna disappoint someone. So I don't know. But this Mario Kart game, it looks 24 racers, yada yada yada, all that stuff. People are pointing out, like, Rosalina has, like, this new type of cart, and it looks like a they're pointing out that, like, Yoshi has inside drift, apparently. Like, if you pay attention. Why does it keep making the why is it on that? Can I fix that? No, I can't fix that, apparently. What is happening? But if you look at the way Yoshi drifts, he drifts with inside. That's inside drift. And then they show Mario, and in my original reaction, I was like, why does Mario look like that? And I laughed, because he looks weird. Hi, just a quick aside, but I have a Discord server. It is called the Does Stuff Discord, and you should join and be active in it. And while you're at it, visit my other links on my channel page as well, like my Patreon and my Blue Sky. And what's my other link? Oh, my second channel. I have a second channel where I upload Mario Kart Tour videos exclusively. So go over there, please. Click, go engage with my channel page and my community tab as well. I post stuff over there as well. I post stuff a lot of places. You can also find me just on Discord in general, like Swift Cafe and McCurdy server and Madsville and Kart Life. Those are all the Mario Kart servers. He looks strange. Like, he looks, and Albert Boris said this in her video, but he looks AI generated.
Almost reminded me a bit of
this
AI.
This does look like this and this look pretty damn similar, and it's because they want to be more cartoony. And it reminds you of, like, the Nintendo 64 renders that look nothing like the actual games you were playing. But they looked cartoony, and after the Mario movie looked more cartoony, Nintendo was like, yeah, I like that. Let's go back to this. So, like, obviously it looks more cartoony, and it looks more uncanny, but, like, he's just staring off into the distance. And that's kind of how AI art does stuff. More cartoony, less realistic, and just staring off into the distance. It does look a little bit AI generated. Like, I definitely, like, was thinking that in the back of my mind. I didn't say it out loud because I didn't want to be mean. But now that I'm like thinking about it, like, yeah, this looks AI generated. I know it's not. Actually, it doesn't look super AI generated because all the text is spelled correctly. He looks like Mario, but it just has that same unnaturalness that this does, and that's not good in my opinion. Let's see if I can go back. I'm just gonna go back to the other video, the Switch 2 video, and some of my other concerns and just more thoughts about this is like, is this gonna be the first track in the game? And if it is, that means that lap changing is gonna be there the entire time because, you know, it's already shown off to be doing that. And Mario Bros. Circuit is probably either the first track or the obligatory Mario Circuit. And yeah, it's like, you can tell it's very expressive, squats and stretch and all that stuff. And the graphics here, like I said this with my earlier video, but like, there's a shot where it pans out and it looks bad. Like, actively, it looks bad. And I feel like they were like, oh, Switch 2, such a powerful console, let's put 24 racers to show how powerful it is. And in doing that, they had to simplify not only the racers, they look more cartoony and therefore more simple, but they also had to simplify elements of the track that aren't explicitly the racers. And yeah, you see more loud changing Shine Sprite, Mario Sunshine 2 confirmed. And I saw the Kart Life video, and he kind of called me out. He kind of called the mainstream YouTubers out, and I'm not a mainstream YouTuber by any means. I have 345 subscribers on my main channel, like 15 on my second one. I'm not a mainstream YouTuber by any means, but I did kind of gloss over a few of the things. But he did mention that Swiftjar noticed like the amount of light poles here, and I also noticed that. So I was like, hey, I did that thing. I did that thing that he said. He said only one person did, but obviously, you know, he hasn't seen my video because I have 345 subscribers. But yeah, the other issue I have is just like, this road is very straight. And I get what it's for. I get there's 24 racers, so there's room to breathe. And someone mentioned that they probably come back down this way on the stretch of road. They probably like loop around and they come back on the stretch of road, which would explain why out of all 24 characters, none of them go over onto the other side of the road. They're just that afraid of traffic laws, actually. Yeah, that person was wrong. It's just because Nintendo doesn't want kids to break the law. Mario would never break the law. Never ever. Especially not traffic laws, like, please don't look at any other traffic course in the entire series. But another thing is, like, this road is very wide and straight and long, and that gives you room to breathe for the 24 racers, but I think it's a little bit too much. And then these cars, there's like 2 of them, and they move so slowly, and don't really pose that much of a threat. Not even that big either, and they probably don't spin you out that much, really, all things considered. So I'm worried about like how hard this game is gonna be. I feel like this game is gonna be piss easy, and why did I say piss easy? Nobody says that, but I feel like this game is gonna be piss easy. And then, so another thing, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, how are retro tracks gonna work? Because I've seen theories about this. Like, Kart Life suggested that they would just get rid of them. And I think that would definitely appeal to more casual fans of the series. Just like, wow, 32 new courses or 48 new courses. And it's brand new and different and good. And then it kind of loses, you know, long-time fans of the series. Because, you know, people like me and Albert Boris and Swiftjar and all the YouTubers and all the online people, they want to see old tracks come back. We want Toad's Factory. We want Mushroom City. We want Airship Fortress again. And to ditch retro tracks, since they've been around since DS. They've been around DS, Wii, 7, 8, Tour. They've been around without interruption. all the way up to the Booster Course Pass. But the Booster Course Pass brought back a lot of retro tracks, and that might have been a send-off to the retro tracks. They're like, these are all the ones we thought were worthy, and that's it. Which would suck a lot. And also, this leads to my other point, like, with 24 races, like, doubling the amount of racers, how are retro tracks actually gonna work? Because they were not made, most of them were made with 8 racers in mind, not alone 24. That's like 3 times the amount of racers. We in 8 at least has 12 racers, but like, that's still half. Like, you've doubled the amount of racers, are you gonna have to double the size of the retro tracks? And if you are, I feel like they're still not designed to accommodate 24 racers. Even if you make it double the size, they're going to be double the length, and that's another thing I'm worried about, this length, like how long these tracks are going to take. Like Nintendo, especially, I just played Mario Party Jamboree, and 10 turns, which is the minimum number of turns, takes you like 90 minutes. It doesn't really take you 90 minutes, it takes you like 70, but like, it's long. It takes a long time to do that. And I don't know if Nintendo's just like shifting towards like, you're gonna spend a lot of time playing our games and you're gonna like it or not. I don't know, but I'm worried. I'm worried about that. There's no way anyone is still listening to me ramble on about Mario Kart 9 based on 20 seconds of footage and a few videos from other YouTubers. But if you are, clearly you like this kind of stuff, so head on over to my channel and subscribe and like the video and, you know, engage. And then I was thinking, I was literally just like walking back and forth pacing. I was like, how are they gonna do retro track? And I was thinking, what if they have 2 different modes, a lot like Mario Party, where you have a bunch of different modes, but they have modes where you can play like the retro courses get renamed to classic courses. They were never really called retro courses, like in the Booster Course Pass, they're like classic courses. So I'm gonna steal that name that they came up with for the retro courses. Like, so if they do 2 modes, then it's like brand new 24 races mode and 12 races mode, and the 24 races mode has like new courses and maybe the tour cities, because the tour cities lend themselves well to this new style of racing, like wide open, clear sections of road with nothing going on for a long period of time to accommodate for the amount of races that's there, and then lap changing. Obviously, the tour cities were not designed to have 24 racers, but they kind of work well with that style, just based on what we see here, like giving them room to breathe with these long, straight sections of track, and then turns and stuff, and then the lap changing. So they could bring back, I could see them bringing back the tour cities as they are in the Booster Course Pass, maybe with some different routes to spice things up a little bit, like instead of Vancouver 1, 2, 3, they do 3, 2, 1, instead of Madrid, and then they do like a different order, maybe. I don't know. But then the classic 12 races mode could have, you know, maybe a few new tracks, but then mostly retro tracks, which would satisfy, you know, having retro tracks, and also satisfy people who want to have 12 racers instead of 24. Watching this footage back again, I said in my last video there might be like an option to customize the amount of racers you see here, because you only see a certain amount of racers. But I actually saw one video where they like deep dive into it, and there's 24 racers there. They don't show all of them at once, but there's 24 different racers there. And on the Mario Wiki they show 24 different racers there. So I'm gonna assume that 24 races is the only option. So that could be a good thing to do for the classic courses, or the retro courses, is to do like a whole new mode of like 12 racers, and, you know, have the retro courses be for that. And then I said earlier, like it pans out, and this looks bad. This does not look good. This looks very low poly, bad. And I know this is like a grainy YouTube video that's like shrunk down and optimized for YouTube and optimized for my crappy ass Windows 11 HP laptop, but it still looks bad. And another thing I noticed is like this road does sort of seem to go this way, but not really. This road kind of just seems to go on forever. And then I noticed this other path over here, and I thought this was going like this and in this way, But I think these are like two different things. So I think they're gonna go back to Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart Tour, where there's like this track 1, this track 2, this track 3, like Madrid Drive 1, 2, 3, Mario Circuit 1, 2, 3. We're gonna get Mario Bros Circuit 1, 2, 3, and this is just Mario Bros Circuit 2. That would be very annoying because I know if you like look very deeply, there's like a secondary starting bed or somewhere here, and so that would either imply lap changing, like section tracks, or different variants. And then this thing underneath the Yoshi Burger restaurant that is shaped like a Yoshi. It's shaped like a Yoshi. Guys, did you know that Yoshi Circuit is shaped like a Yoshi? It's shaped like a Yoshi, by the way. If you didn't know, it's shaped like a Yoshi. But, some people are saying this is a Wonder Seed. Kart Life, like, adamantly refuses that it's not a Wonder Seed. If you enhance it, it looks like a takeout bag, and that would probably mean something like a fuel system where you have to like get fuel to stay going, and you wouldn't need it all the time, but like, it's like a health meter basically, and that would be interesting. It could also be some sort of way to get an item, and that would also be interesting, like a second, like you go all the way, you get an item like in GB and Mario Kart 8. I'm definitely be interesting. And then another thing I noticed is like the racers are very aggressive. Like if you look, they're like Bowser's bumping into Peach. They're having a full on like bump. They're having a full on like they're full on like fighting each other right there. And that sometimes happens, especially in Mario Kart Wii with the weight stats and stuff. But that definitely seems to be a point that they're emphasizing here, because if you like look at like the point like here, even here, like they're being bumped around, and Donkey Kong's like moving. Like Donkey Kong looks bad still, but he's like his front tires are in the air. You see like King Boo in the background and all that stuff. You see all the 24 racers here, but you can definitely see that there's like they're a lot more aggressive, and that might just be a thing. That might just be like how the CPUs are now, which might make the game a little bit harder again, because Mario Kart 8 is easy. But I don't know. And then something else I noticed is that Kart Life mentioned like this boost panel. I just thought in my head it was because Mario was in first, but he was like maybe the cart has different stats, which I was like maybe the carts have stats. But then Max was like maybe it's just because it's in first place. I don't know, but he gets like that big boost, and then nobody else gets that boost. But it does appear to just be a cosmetic thing. Like they all seem to go the same speed, even though Mario hits the boost panel first, it gets all the effects. It might just be like a player versus CPU thing. Like Mario's the player and he gets all the animation, and the CPUs don't, to save space, like back on the 64. Why are we going back to the 64? Why are we going back to the N64, dude? What are we doing? What is this game? And then yeah, like this truck, you see the item boxes. Those are definitely item boxes. Someone was like, those are the crosswalks. Like, number one, there's no crosswalks here. There'd be no crosswalks on this highway. This is America. This is supposed to be America. There's no crosswalks here. But those are definitely item boxes. And then someone was like, it's Radiator Springs, and it kind of is Radiator Springs from Cars. And Cartline was like, that's not coincidental. Sorry, I have to cough. That's not coincidental because Japan, they love Pixar and they love cars. He was very aggressive in his video, by the way. He was calling us out. He was calling all the YouTubers out. He was like, in Japan, they love Pixar. Nintendo loves Pixar and cars. This was intentional. And one of the developers said that they saw Cars 2 and then made them cry. This is Radiator Springs. It was like, okay. Slowly roll. But that's pretty much it.